Hello, welcome to the Basketball Soapbox. I am your host, Daniel Daly, and welcome to this edition of Quick Hits, where I'm going to try to go over a couple NBA games over the season, just to recap, just talk about the couple big games that happened in the night in the NBA. And we're going to start off with LeBron James going off for 47 against the Atlanta Hawks. The Lakers on the road defeated the Hawks 130-121. A big game from LeBron James on his birthday, turning 38, putting up 47 points. Um, just speaks to how great LeBron is having another big performance like this on his birthday at this age, and just showing consistency and longevity with his play, which he has always been known for. That's been his calling card in his historic career, and just having another big night just speaks to that. Nearly a triple double, 47 points, 9 assists, 10 boards. Uh, Getting that level of play from LeBron James at this stage is just awesome. But also Thomas Bryant there, who I thought was a big addition for the Lakers. I thought he was going to be a nice solid piece to next to Anthony Davis, and he kind of just didn't fit there. And of course, Anthony Davis is best suited at the five. But with his injury and his seeing how long he's going to be out right now for the Los Angeles Lakers, Thomas Bryant has been able to come in there and fill in a nice role there. 19 points, 17 rebounds. Is he going to be able to do that every night? Maybe not. I think he has the potential to do that, especially playing with a guy like LeBron James or any point guard that can actually scoop it and get easy buckets for him and set him up. I really think that's beneficial for him. But I thought that he was going to be a big addition to the Lakers just because I thought he had the potential there to be able to finish, be able to spread the floor with his shooting, be that type of guy that you would think fit next to LeBron James and Anthony Davis as a spread big guy, and a guy that can play inside and be able to defend and do little things of that nature, to nuances of a big man that Anthony Davis doesn't always want to do, bang down low and stuff like that. And he's been filling in well nicely. He was been lost a little bit over the season so far, but he's coming along right now. And we'll see where it goes going forward. Russell Westbrook nearly with a triple double of himself, 14 points, 11 assists, and 8 boards. And you're just getting that consistent play with Russ off the bench there for the Los Angeles Lakers so far this season. And you're just seeing this play from LeBron James, especially after his comments. Everyone's going, hey, what's going on with him in terms of basically begging the Lakers to make a move right here. And you're seeing the urgency from LeBron basically saying, hey, I can still play at a high level. He's backing it up with the points tonight, the 47 points tonight, big game on the road there. And he's like, you can always tell when LeBron wants something to happen, wants something to change roster-wise. He's been doing that over the past couple seasons, his stints in Cleveland, especially his last stint in Cleveland, saying, hey, we need more, we don't have enough. Really kind of saying that to the management, saying, hey, I'm playing at a high level. I need some help here. And the Lakers roster isn't the best. They don't have enough spacing. And I think that's what all LeBron really needs is right now is just asking for some type of shooting, some type of reduction, some type of scoring punch for this team, especially shooting the ball because they're one of the worst teams shooting the ball in the league. And when you think about that with LeBron James, he's always best with shooters and spacing and a scoring guard next to him, whatever the case may be. And I can understand that, especially with Anthony Davis being out right now. And you don't know when he's coming back. People are saying it was going to be 4 weeks. People are going to say it's going to be longer than that. And you're looking at this roster, Wenyen Gabriel, Thomas Bryant. They're very thin. Lonnie Walker, Kendrick Nunn hasn't been productive this season for them. But then on the flip side for the Lakers organization, they're going to wait until the best deal rise for them in terms of getting closer to the trade deadline. Maybe a lot of those lottery teams come up and say, hey, we actually want to make a trade now. What do you have? We'll take your 27th first round pick and 29th first round pick, whatever it may be, and perhaps make a deal there. I thought the deal on the table for them was always going to be Buddy Hield, Miles Turner. Maybe they can package something and make something happen there. But you're seeing how Indiana's playing. You're seeing how great those guys are playing. Their value has boosted. So I don't think that deal is on the table for the Lakers at this moment. Maybe there's some other smaller deals, something that can help. But I just don't see anything happening right now. And LeBron's desperately looking for some type of help, because if LeBron can still put out these type of performances, that's tough even at 30, well, especially at 38, for him to continue to do that at this age and continue to do that. If he does that and continue to put up these big numbers with lack of help around him, that's insane at this age for him. He's desperately looking for some help, and understandable on both sides. The Lakers are not going to put themselves in a bad deal that puts them wasting those picks for guys who are not going to pan out for them this season, next season, the next couple seasons, because most likely they're going to trade for some guys that have a couple years on their contracts, probably guys that fit the model, the system that the Lakers are trying to run, especially with LeBron James. LeBron ball, you're going to need some shooters around him. So that's going to be interesting to see how the Lakers play that once it gets close to the trade deadline, because we're only in December, about to enter January before the new year. So to see where this is going to go is going to be interesting over the next couple of weeks. As we move to Atlanta on their side of the ball, Trae Young with 29 points, 8 assists. Javonte Murray with 20 points, 9 assists, 7 boards. Jalen Johnson, who has been a really good young player for them, had 15 points, and Bogdanovich had 17 points. And the Atlanta Hawks moved to 17-19, losing 3 in a row. The big story with them is basically Trae Young and Nate McMillian not seeing eye to eye. And basically they had a little argument there. And, coaches and their star players usually argue and have stuff like this, but it's been in the media a little bit. There's been reports even Nate McMillian thinking about resigning, stepping away. And you're just thinking about the trajectory of this team where a couple years ago where they defeat the Knicks, they defeat Philadelphia, they get to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Bucks. And you're like, okay, Atlanta's putting something together, and people kind of knew, hey, other teams weren't ready. A couple injuries happened there. The Ben Simmons things happens. And but they had all these pieces in there to move forward. Cam Reddish, Hunter, Bogdanovich. They had all these pieces gelling, mixing together, and now we're here, a sub-500 team, struggling to have any consistency. Trae Young having one of his worst starts to start the season. Adding Javonte Murray, who I thought was a good pairing with Trae Young to kind of take that pressure off of him in the backcourt, maybe improve their defense a little bit back there. Okonkwo, Clint Capella, who has been in and out. And you're just like, okay, this team has a lot of pieces here, and what are they doing here to build any consistency? And now you have the star player of the team arguing with the head coach, not seeing eye to eye. And basically, Nate McMillian most likely is on his way out. This team is struggling. They're trying to figure out what to do with John Collins. What can they do to shift this team and make it better? And right now, Nate McMillian looks like he's on the outs. We don't know how long that's going to be, and we'll see how that goes. And it just speaks to Trae Young, because Trae Young has issues with Lloyd Pierce, the previous head coach of the Atlanta Hawks there. And now Nate McMillian. Is this something of the trend with Trae Young where he's going to not see eye to eye with coaches, be a little hothead? Because we know the type of player and the type of bravado that Trae Young has. Of course, all the baggage from the Luka Doncic trade there on draft night when he got drafted. So now you're looking at Atlanta here basically at a crossroads here, coaching-wise, roster-wise, season-wise. Is there anything that they can do to improve this team? They've been looking to move John Collins for a while now. They extended him to that big deal, so now the contract, that might make teams a little wary of trading for him to commit to this guy who has shown flashes, has shown potential as a big guy in this league that can play on the front line, be athletic, be an offensive option for your team. They are going to want to invest all this money into him, especially on a full deal, extended deal here from Atlanta. So you're just wondering what they're going to move with John Collins. Rumors is to Phoenix. There's been other rumors out there. I thought he maybe before even the Christian Wood move, maybe he would have been a good option in Dallas there with Luka Doncic, especially a guy that can actually pass him the ball and make some things happen. I don't know. Maybe Miami, maybe there's a Chicago deal. Maybe there's something that a big splash Atlanta could do to rejuvenate their franchise, really get something going on there. Because Trae Young has entered in that city and basically had it on string so far since he's been there. But you're looking for some type of consistency with Atlanta that just isn't there. And now you have your head coach again having problems with a star player. That's not a real good look. And you're just looking to see what direction this franchise is going to go. Because, again, apparently they're at another crossroads. And it's just weird to see this team that had success, even though we thought it was fluky, kind of like the Knicks a couple years ago when they made the playoffs. To see Atlanta struggle like this, that wasn't the expectation. We all thought Atlanta was going to take a little bump up Especially, I thought they were going to take a little bump up with Javonte Murray. I thought they were going to improve there. But now John Collins is on the block, basically. Nate McMillian's almost on his way out. Trae Young hasn't been able to be consistent all season. And now they're under 500 again. And you're like, what direction is this team going? Is it going to seesaw to the bottom? Is it going to seesaw going the right way? Is there something that they can tinker and move forward with? That's going to be interesting to see. But again, LeBron James with a big game on his birthday. The King, LeBron James. We'll see if anything happens both for these teams that are basically trying to trend upward, but seem to be in the middle of the pack, no man's land, trying to figure things out in the middle of the ocean and waiting for a safe boat to come save them and out of the ocean in the land of mediocrity in the NBA.